Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Today is Monday, July 28th, 2014. My name is Rex Harris. As always, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to spend some time with you here this evening. Tonight, we are going to be talking about how to leverage webinars, workshops, and Hangouts to your advantage. I actually have one of the groups on my team in my primary business who is beginning to branch out and do their own hangouts and their own workshops, and are immediately seeing the value of doing this, as they have now brought 2 more people into their business in 2 days using the exact same strategy I'm going to share with you guys this evening. Now, it's not going to take me a lot of time to share this tonight. As a matter of fact, I'm probably only going to go to about a half an hour or so. Because conceptually, I think that you're going to see that this is really a fantastic way to go in terms of building a relationship and creating a following on the internet, which is a huge part of branding. A lot of people think that branding is developing a logo and putting your picture out there, your name, your face, and all this stuff. Well, that's part of it, but the bigger part of it is the reputation that you create, based on how you treat people. That's the true element of branding right there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and turn on screen sharing, and we are going to jump on into the infinite loop here and get started. Now, what I'm going to be doing here this evening is creating a graphic, because this is going to probably be the easiest way for me to share this with you here. I'm going to actually make it as big as I possibly can, so it's easy for you to see, okay? Because everything is about funneling traffic, but it's where you funnel your traffic and the entire process that is going to determine at a specific time who joins your business or who buys your stuff, okay? So in previous charts that we've created, we have our traffic here. We have our lead capture page. We have our engagement page. In here we have our autoresponder. But what I have found to be the most effective method of creating a following on the internet and keeping people dialed into what you are doing is to take this one step further and become an interactive component of your marketing system. Okay? The internet being what it is right now, you have to have a way for people to know, like, and trust you. Okay? I'm just going to label this up here real quick. We have our traffic source, whatever that may be here. I mean, that could be solo ads, pay-per-click advertising. I mean, we have a variety of traffic sources that are available to us today. And then we have our lead capture page here, or as they are referred to in modern times, a landing page. Then we have the page people land on after, which is known as a thank you page or engagement page. Okay. But this here, this fourth element, this is what separates top earners from everybody else, is the actual engagement with their audience here. Workshops, webinars, and Hangouts, just like we're doing tonight. Okay, people ask me all the time, Rex, how are you able to get 60 to 80 people on these Hangouts all the time and more? And it's like, well, I have a very specific plan of action that I follow every day, when I'm in marketing mode. Okay, I'm generally in marketing mode for the first time in a long time. I'm actually in design mode right now, putting together an actual home business academy for my team and the people that we're working with. But generally my day is exactly the same. It's mailing my list, inviting people to workshops, sharing information with them. Over the next few weeks, we're changing that up a little bit because we got to make some adjustments to what we're doing. But nonetheless, the routine is still the same. The object is to bring people to the workshops where we can answer questions and solve problems. Okay? Because that's the key to all of this. Answer questions and solve problems for people. Okay? If you can make this the priority of your marketing system, this is why they're going to join you in your business opportunity. Because answering questions and solving problems for people, gives you that opportunity to create trust. And that's huge. This whole process is a filtering, sorting, and sifting process from the traffic source to the landing page to the thank you page to the workshops and webinars. Okay, I'm not going to get into the mechanics of the autoresponders or anything like this tonight because I want you guys to understand the power of this right here. Okay, the power of engagement. Okay, so let's take a look and see what this looks like in real time here. Let's jump over to Splash Wizard, and I'm actually going to show you a marketing system that we're developing right now that we're going to start driving traffic through to this week based on a specific target market. Now, I do not have everything completed with this particular system yet, but it'll give you the idea, and I've got a couple others that we can look at here as well. Okay, so when we're talking about the landing page here, okay, we are referring to the page where people enter their name and email address to receive information from you. Now, we're getting ready to start a traffic co-op with a database of 100,000 squeaky clean business opportunity seekers that we just purchased that are now being imported into one of our email accounts for us right now. So this is a capture page that we have created to give our team a model of what to replicate here and something that they can use as well. And obviously in targeting business opportunity seekers, there's a very specific approach we're going to take to that. Real people just like you are making an extra $326 a day from the comfort of home now. We show you how to make life-changing money from your phone or your computer, free fast-track startup kit, live workshops and webinars, step-by-step daily cash flow. Enter your best email below. We do not share or sell email addresses. Okay, this is my landing page. My thank you page is the page they land on after that, where it says real people just like you are making an extra $326 a day from the comfort of home now. Only here, this video will be an engagement video. I've just got this here as a space holder right now. This will be actually me, speaking with them saying, hi, my name's Rex Harris. Thank you for sharing a few minutes of your time with me here today. Obviously, the reason that you're watching this video right now is because you just entered your name and email address in a box on the previous page, and you're looking for a way to start making some extra money from home, most likely by starting your own home-based business or utilizing the internet to sell stuff. Okay, that's going to be my approach, and that's how I'm going to begin to build that relationship with people here using video. Okay, and then give them the instructions here for clicking the button, how to get their free startup kit, how to go back and, check the email so they find the email I sent them, and all that good stuff, okay? But this is only the front end. Where the magic really happens is on the back end when I do the invitations and invite people out to these workshops, webinars, and Hangouts. Because this is where this happens, guys and gals. This is where you build your brand. This is where you begin to get traction. This is where you share the content that you're creating here, on your workshops and Hangouts, and share this information with your list. And your list begins to watch your videos and stuff like that, which gives you more views and more traction in search. I mean, just take a look at these already. I mean, this is a Hangout from 6 days ago, already at 224 views. Same day, okay, 265 views. Here's one we just did the other day, the 25th, 170 views. On the 24th, 130 views, and this just keeps going and going. And these are brand new videos, ladies and gentlemen, that have just put out in the last week. So I create this value, and then I share this value with my list, by sending them the recordings, after they've subscribed. That's a big part of the way I build my autoresponder series, is just off the content that I create, creating more trust, letting people see that, hey, I'm the real deal. I'm here when I say I'm going to be here. When you reach out to me on Facebook or call me on the telephone, 99 times out of 100, I'm going to answer it. And otherwise, if I'm on the phone, I'm going to do, everything I can to call me back or call you back. I'm not saying that I don't miss somebody from time to time, or that I don't, screw up one time or another, because, I'm a human being, and sometimes, I miss an email or I miss a phone call. But, I work diligently every day to make sure that I'm, in touch with as many people as I possibly can be who want to reach out to me. And a big part of the reason that I'm afforded that opportunity is because of the workshops, the webinars, and the Hangouts that I do. I mean, it's once the Hangout's done, sure that, right now we got 83 people listening here tonight, and I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for your support of these workshops. But this is only the beginning here. Where a lot of this happens is after the fact, where people are, where I send out a broadcast to my list for the people who couldn't be here live on the workshop, and I send them the recording, or couldn't be there for a hangout. Okay, so there's so many advantages to utilizing the workshops, webinars, and Hangouts. Okay, Hangouts especially, just from the fact that you can pick up traction, you can share them in the social media, you can get more traffic, generate more leads, and get more people to your workshops, sharing the ones that you've already recorded. And it's easy to do. Here we are utilizing Google Hangouts, and this is absolutely free. Doesn't cost me any money to do this whatsoever. Okay, provided I can find it again. Here we are in the infinite loop, and I've got access to do, whatever I need to do as far as sharing information with people here through desktop sharing. It's a beautiful thing. It just doesn't. And like I said, this doesn't cost me any money. It's absolutely free to utilize this. And all I did, to utilize this was created a simple static HTML page where I embed the video when I start a workshop using the LiveFire social chat feed here. That's it. Just a simple basic static page where I can share some time with people. I also have a webinar room where I do private workshops with my team. And we're going to be starting the free workshops in the webinar rooms here probably the 1st of September, once we get through the development of a couple of the tools that we're building for our team right now. Okay, but this, ladies and gentlemen, this is what's going to brand you. This is what's going to get people excited about what you're doing. When you take the time to communicate with them. And you might say, well, geez, Rex, I'm not quite sure what I would share. I don't really know anything. I hear people say that all the time. And, my reply to them is simple. Take what you learn on these workshops and Hangouts and go out there and share it and teach it with others. Okay? One of the greatest lessons that I ever learned from Dave Wood was learn, teach, and do simultaneously. Learn, teach, and do simultaneously. And I've got some people on my team here tonight that are just stepping up and knocking out workshops and Hangouts and webinars. And it's just, I'm excited to see what these guys are doing. And I went in there tonight, and man, they've already got, geez, they just started doing these things like a few days ago, and I think they had 20 people in there already tonight. Okay, working together as a team. Because this is what people are looking for, guys and gals. They're not looking for the one man or one woman show who is, out there trying to do their own thing. Okay, they're looking for people that can assist them with the questions and challenges they're facing. They're looking for teams that they can get involved with and feel like they're part of something. where they can communicate with people and work out solutions to the challenges that come up in a team. Because this is another thing about business that's so vitally important, is that there are going to be times where you're running a business where perhaps things don't necessarily go your way. Things don't perhaps function correctly from time to time. Maybe a check gets lost in the mail, or maybe a company makes a change that you're not in agreement with. Okay, that doesn't mean you quit. That means you've made a commitment, you stick to it, and you see it through, and you do that, and your reputation and your brand grows even more because people respect that. I think of all of the leaders in Empower Network over, and I'm not pitching Empower Network here. I'm using this as an example. Okay, but I think of all of the leaders in Empower Network over the last couple of years that have gone through the changes with that company, and they're still there today. Why? It's because they made a commitment and they stuck to it, and that's how they're keeping the majority of the people on their team. And the same thing can apply to you. And a great way to do this is to utilize the resources that we have available to us. Because I mean, good grief, look at this here. Business with you, and I apologize. I don't know how much of that you guys just lost because I noticed that my microphone was muted. So I'm going to back up here real quick. I don't think it was much. To what I was talking about here as far as resources are concerned. We have anymeeting.com here. Anymeeting.com is a place where you can get access to a webinar room that holds up to 200 people absolutely free. The only thing you can't do with the free version is record. Okay? And you got to put up with a few ads in the right-hand margin. That's it. And you can host up to 200 people here. Share your screen. Show people something just like I'm sharing with you guys tonight. Okay? You got the Google Hangouts. I mean, you've got, every possible resource that you need out here to make things happen available to you. It's just a matter of making a decision to start using them. Okay, we talked about this a lot today. All right, how to set up and run and manage your home-based business. Have a daily routine that you're following. Make your workshops and your webinars part of that routine. Okay, because when you're incorporating the email marketing strategies that we've been teaching here recently, it makes mass communication very easy. You just stop and think about this for a moment. Which would be easier? That as a network marketer, for those of you that are in network marketing, and even for people that are in affiliate marketing, the top affiliate marketers are seeing the value of engaging with their subscribers and their customers as well. They're doing workshops and webinars now too. Does it make more sense that you would be able to talk to more people, chatting with them in the social media, or by collecting email addresses and doing mass invitation to workshops and hangouts, and then directing traffic where you want it to go from there? Because I mean, I get to the point where I've got 10,000 people on my list. I'm getting to the point where I've got 150, 200, 300, 400, 500, 1,000 people plus coming to my workshops, webinars, and Hangouts every time I do one. I mean, this is a marketing strategy that for people who are willing to put themselves out there and learn a few cool things just makes sense. Okay. Now, as far as your traffic sources are concerned, obviously, any solution that you're going to offer people needs to be congruent with a group of people who have a specific problem to solve that you know how to provide the solution for. So your traffic source is going to depend on, who your product, who your service, or who your talents solve a problem for. In many cases, this is going to be, problem solving for internet marketers, network marketers, home business owners based on what I do. So I mean, solo ads are a great traffic source for me. Safe lists, another, diamond in the rough. I mean, some days are great, some days not so great, but safe lists can be a great place to get quality leads as well. Then you've got PPC, which is pay per click advertising. Bulk email, which we're going to be talking about more here in the next week and a half to 2 weeks as well. Bulk emailing is making a comeback. If you've got the right system, it works. Okay. So all of this is going to be based on your target market here because, as they go through the landing page, the thank you page, and they get to know you here, okay, you have to be congruent all the way across the board with whatever it is that you're doing as far as the subject matter of your workshops, webinars, and Hangouts. I'll give you an example here because they deserve the accolades. With Diana, Matthew, and Ron, who have started doing their own webinar or their own workshops here. I think they actually started. I don't know if they started last night or if they started today, but I mean, they came into this all guns blazing today, and I had the opportunity tonight here for a few minutes to listen in to what Ron was sharing with people, and it's amazing to me that he was able to teach like he taught tonight. He was teaching like a guy that's been doing this for a decade, no joke. I mean, it was like it was compelling. He knew what he was talking about. And a big part of the reason is because he's committed to becoming a student of the game. And now he's taken what he's learned through the workshops and webinars that we're doing and taking back and applying that and branching out the vision of this team even larger. Okay. Now, their web workshops, webinars, and Hangouts are focusing on a completely different marketing strategy. Okay. But that's fine. That's what's great for their team. They're focusing on the conversational marketing strategy and they're getting results with it. Okay, and that's going to be attractive to the certain people that they attract, whether they're chatting with people on Facebook, LinkedIn, or IBO Toolbox. Okay, already had a fantastic crowd there tonight. I was impressed. Okay, but that's the difference. That's what begins to set people apart, is the people that come to these workshops and watch these Hangouts on YouTube and see the information and do nothing with it. And then you got the handful that actually go out there and apply it. And they've gone out there and they've applied it and they've grown their team by 2 people in 48 hours. That's why you do this. And it works. Because people, I mean, and I see it, I saw it in their workshop tonight. I see it in the testimonials that people send me. People get connected with this. They get connected because there's somebody out there that actually cares enough to spend a few minutes of their time with them, and share what's working for them. And then walk them through the mechanics and put some actual content out there with some real value to it that's going to give people, a step up. It's going to give them an added advantage. And this is what makes the difference here, guys and gals. It's what Wallace Wattles taught in The Science of Getting Rich. Service to others. Zig Ziglar. Just the list goes on and on. Others before you. Others before you. Jesus Christ. Others before you. The Buddha. Others before you. I mean, it's just, it's just it's a constant in universal and spiritual law. And when you're willing to apply it to your business and your marketing, it will bear fruit the same. By just sharing with people. People look at this and they see, geez, Rex, I really need to make some money right now. Where can I just go and buy advertising and promote something to make money? Well, I can show you where to do that, but if you're hard up for cash and you're serious about this, it's not something you're going to go out and do with $5 advertising budget. That's just not going to happen. It's going to require way more than that. But with this, the workshops, webinars, and Hangouts, it doesn't matter whether I'm using email marketing. It doesn't matter whether I'm doing conversational marketing. Everybody shows up for the workshops, webinars, and Hangouts. Especially if you are giving them what they want. And one of the keys in making this happen when you're promoting these things, okay, for those of you that are starting to do these things, okay, when you are promoting a live event, make sure people know the topic, which, in other words, they make sure people know what they are getting. Okay? Be very specific in your descriptions of what you're doing. Okay? You're not just having a conversational marketing clinic. You're going to show people the same strategy that you're using to generate 3 to 5 signups per business every week using LinkedIn, Facebook, and IBO Toolbox. You hear the difference there? Be specific about what you're teaching and deliver on what you say you're going to teach on when people show up. I said tonight that I was going to talk about branding workshops, webinars, and Hangouts, and I didn't go off on a tangent and start teaching about personal development or how to hit a baseball. I stayed on point because this is important that people understand this stuff. If you go out and you look at all of the top marketers in the industry, if you look at the marketing funnels they've created, what's the one thing they've all got in common? Okay? All of them follow up with video after people opt in. All of them do it. They all follow up with video. They engage with people. Some of them go directly into a sales pitch. Some of them invite people to workshops like I do and get to know them first before you decide whether or not there's going to be a fit to do business together. I mean, anybody can buy products. That's easy. And if you're building and segmenting the right list of people, and if that's terminology you don't understand, come back tomorrow because I'll be talking more about segmenting and sorting tomorrow with your lists. Okay, it's very important when you're doing that because the more you segment, the more you sort, that's when you're going to start seeing your numbers increase. Okay. So, really not a whole lot to this as far as the concept is concerned. But there's more people that are showing interest in doing this now because they are seeing how well it works. Okay? And it doesn't matter whether you're using conversational marketing or whether you're using email marketing. Workshops, webinars, and Hangouts, guys. Get in a habit of doing this stuff. Right? You can bring 3, 4, 5 people onto a Hangout. Each person can share. You can share your screens. People will show up for that stuff. And when you promote it, promote specifically what you're going to be talking about. Because, like I said, when it comes to segmenting your list, which we're going to be talking about at greater length this week, that targeting is vitally important to your conversion from your marketing system. Okay? Just recently implemented a new strategy that I've been utilizing and went from an average of, I was down around 4% open rates. And I made some of the basic changes that I was shown to make by a top email marketer recently. And the next email that I sent based on what they taught me, I ended up with a 15.6% open ratio and had one of the first Hangouts that I've had in a long time with over 80 people on it. Okay? This stuff flat out works, guys and gals. And all you got to do is just stay dialed in and learn it, okay? So with that, I'm going to wrap this up for tonight. I'm not going to keep you guys real long, and I am going to beg your forgiveness. I am in the I'm in the middle of a site redevelopment here that I need to get done this week, and I've been working some kind of crazy, insane beast mode hours. And as you've probably noticed tonight, I sound a little bit more tired than usual, and I've been working a lot of hours, so I do need to take a little bit of time here this evening and catch a little bit of a recharge here because we got an exciting week coming up. So I look forward to continuing on together. I hope you guys are finding the content that we're putting out here useful, and for those of you, that are ready to move forward and start doing some cool things. Workshops, webinars, and Hangouts, guys and gals. Do a broadcast to your list. Invite the team out. Connect with me. Find out, come to do some of these Hangouts live. Just show up as a guest on these Hangouts while I'm broadcasting and share some things with people. Start doing the things that you need to do to start getting your name and your face out there and just share value with people, because this is what Ron, Matt, and Diana are going to do. These guys, they're already doing it. I was just completely blown away when they called me yesterday, told me what they wanted to do. I told them they had, my 100% support on that, whatever they needed from me, to let me know. And I also told them if they go out there and they demonstrate to me that they're serious about this and they start putting it out there and putting some butts in the seats, I'll even start sending some traffic to their workshops and webinars. Okay, and I'm willing to do the same thing for any of you guys. All right? So with that, again, thank you so much for your time this evening. You guys have a great night, and God bless you. And we will be back again tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, same place and same channel. So enjoy the rest of your evening tonight. God bless you. Bye for now.